Close-up or macro photography reveals a hidden world. Just get close to even everyday objects and you'll be surprised what you see. Photographing this feather close-up is going to reveal details that are just invisible when you look at it normally. So I'm going to bring the camera with its macro adapter really close until it snaps into focus. Compositionally, I have the feather positioned against a contrasting colour, in this case just the blue sofa, and it's allowing me to lean on it and hold the camera that bit more steadily. And that is important when it comes to macro photography, because when you're this close to a subject, even the smallest amount of motion is going to result in blur. So the trick is to just take as many photos as you can, knowing that most of them are going to be blurred either through motion or focusing problems, but the more you take, the more chance you have of getting one that looks good. The only other thing I'm doing compositionally here is positioning this central stem across the diagonal of the frame. It splits it into two halves, but I like doing it diagonally, and if you prefer to post in a square, you may want to rotate it a bit more so that this stem does touch both corners, although you could of course just rotate it later. Even the most mundane of subjects can be transformed when photographed at close range. From a distance, this is just a fairly average loudspeaker grill. You wouldn't give it a second glance really in terms of photography, but get really close to it with a macro lens and it is transformed into a set of abstract shapes. I love the way these circles are sharp in a very narrow plane of focus, and then they just blur off into infinity down into this corner. In terms of composition, I really like positioning them diagonally across the frame. That looks most attractive of all to me, and I'm being really careful not to include anything else in this shot. Now, when you are photographing stuff at close range, you have to be very careful for camera shake, so use all the tricks at your disposal to hold this phone as steadily as possible. I'm leaning against the wall behind me, and I'm also leaning the phone against the grill itself, and this is also allowing me to position it that much more easily and really adjust that composition until I get the shapes that I'm after.